our shoulders here, arms. 20 going forward, 20 going backwards. And then we'll reverse. And our fingertips down, big circles. About 10 to 15 backwards, then 10 to 15 forward, depending on how tight you are. And we'll reverse. See, you're by yourself again, body. And we'll alternate back and forth 10 times. And then both hands front to back 10 times. And then side to side 10 times. All right, now we're gonna make our way down to the ground and start warming up those hamstrings and getting them ready for a deadlift. So we're gonna start by single leg raises, iron crosses, and glute bridges. All right, so make your way down to the ground. Legs are straight out in front of you. Toes are flexed back. Hands are out to the side. Bring that right leg all the way up, set it down. We got iron crosses side to side here. Right foot up to the left hand, and then go to the other side. And then we're going to bring those heels in towards our butt, drive our hips up. Now we got 15 glute bridges. So all the way down, all the way up. 15 times. And then when you're done, we'll make our way up to our feet. You're gonna grab your barbell, and we're gonna go 15 good mornings here. 15 good mornings. All right, so take that bar on your shoulders. Feet are hip width apart. Drive those elbows back. Drive the hips back. Keep that bar on your back. Widen your feet out into a squat stance. We're gonna do 5 king squats. So another good morning, then into a squat, and then back to a good morning, and then stand. All right, so good morning, squat, back to good morning, and stand. 3 more of those.
Nothing seems the same. Always on the go now. Never seem to slow down. You've been playing games. You don't pick up the phone now. You know I'm living home now. Tell me when am I gonna see you?
And bring that barbell to the front. And we'll have our deadlifts. All right, so shoulders back and down. Drive those hips back. We got 10 deadlifts here. Go down nice and slow, 3 to 4 seconds down. Pause at the bottom, and then stand. And then we're going to clean, muscle clean first. So we're going to shrug, elbows through, and we're just warming up here. 5 times. And then 5 hang cleans, top of the knee, jump, catch at the shoulder. And then we're going to get into a squat stance, front rack position. All right, 3 seconds going down. Pause at the bottom and stand. 5 reps. And then 5 regular squats. Just down and up. No tempo. Go ahead and set that bar down. Shake it out. Now we're going to come down to the ground for a half kneeling stretch. All right, so if we're doing deadlifts today, we got the hamstrings warm. Then we warm up the hip flexors a little bit. So our left knee's on the ground, right leg is out, left hand goes up in the air. Drive that front knee forward, get a nice stretch in those hip flexors. And then come back. And then back into that lunge. And then back. We have 8 to 10 reps here, depending on how tight you are. If you don't feel so tight, we'll switch to the other side. Right arm up. Drive that left knee forward. 8 to 10 reps. And then when you're done, go ahead and come to your feet. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. It's a little loud for being right next to it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do here is we have deadlifts today. All right, this is gonna be our main lift for today. Then everything else is going to be accessory work, all right? Or just traditional lifting type work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of weight on. We're gonna take about 3 or 4 sets, do about 10, anywhere from 8 to 10 reps on those 3 or 4 sets. So we're gonna take the next 7 to 10 minutes here, all right? To do some deadlifts and get the body prepared to lift weight under load, all right? So go ahead and take a minute, put some weight on. If your deadlift, if you know what your deadlift is and you're 250 pounds or higher, go ahead and put 25s or 35s on your bar. If you're higher than 250 pound deadlift, you can go ahead and put 35s or 45s on your bar for that first set of 10, just warming up, okay? So go ahead and grab those weights. Oops. Forgot to take my clips off. Once you get that weight on the bar, your tempo is going to be controlled, all right? So meaning we're not gonna put a standard 2 or 3 seconds down. We're gonna lift the weight up, hold it for a second at the top, and then just control it back to the ground, all right? So it's gonna look something like coming here, and then slow down, and then back up for 8 to 10 reps. Just warming up here. And then based on that, on how that felt, you'll add weight, okay? What we don't want is we don't want 8 hard reps. We're just warming up right now, okay? On this one, we're gonna do 6 to 8 reps. So gradually adding weight and bringing the reps down a little bit. And just gradually getting your body used to lifting some heavy load. All right, and whenever you're ready, and then based on how that felt, we got one or two more warm-up sets, depending on how you feel this morning. Or today. Shouldn't say this morning. Someone might be doing this at night. And then this time we're gonna do 4 to 6 reps. And notice, I mean, I don't have shoes on today. Usually don't wear shoes during deadlifts unless I have something else that I'm partnering at where I need to have shoes on. So having your feet firmly planted on the ground, not having running shoes or something with a big platform on it is ideal for deadlifting, all right? And then when you're ready, you'll just go ahead and after you add weight, you go ahead and get 4 to 6 more sets in, or reps in. 4 to 6 sets, or 4 to 6 reps there. All right, so if you feel warm, I want you to go ahead, and if that weight, let's say for those 4 to 6 reps was somewhat challenging for you, then we're gonna add a little bit of weight on there. And over the next 8 sets, we're gonna do 2 reps every 2 minutes for 8 sets, okay? Gradually building over those 8 sets to a heavy 2 reps, all right? And it's just heavy 2 on how you feel today, all right? So go ahead and add some weight. So now that we've done our warm-ups, what I want to do is I want to go over some proper form and some common mistakes here on the deadlift. One is we're in this position here, and then one mistake is having our feet too wide. We want to have those feet up underneath our hips, all right? And then when we get set up at the bottom, we want to make sure right before we pull the bar against our body, or we pull our shoulders down and back so that our lats are engaged, okay? Once our lats are engaged, we want to brace our stomach. So we take a deep breath in, and then we hold that air in our stomach and bear down as we stand up, okay? So lats engaged, take a deep breath in, bear down on the stomach, and then stand. All right? Those are 2 common mistakes. People say too loose in the midline, and then they worry about overworking their back, or they feel it mostly in their back. All right? So we want to make sure that we have compression or tension in that core. The easy way to do that is take a deep breath in and bear down on that core. All right? So, and then I'm going to go over a couple other things that people do once they start getting tired and once the weight starts getting heavy after we get a few sets in, all right? So we got, well, I missed my time there, but we'll go in 25 seconds here. So we're gonna do 2 reps, all right? Focusing on engaging those lats, taking a deep breath in, bearing down on that stomach, creating tension in the stomach to protect the back. The whole time, we're trying to keep those lats engaged as well, all right? Seems like a lot, and for some it might be new to you, all right? Here we go. Get ready. And 2 reps, and go. And then we'll rest. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to stay at this weight for the first 2 to 3 sets before we start adding weight, all right? We're at a much heavier weight now than we were warming up. Body's probably still not quite ready to lift heavy weight yet, and we wanna make sure that we're prepared and our body's prepared to lift heavy weight before we start adding more weight on. We've got a little over a minute here. So that other thing that I was talking about when people start getting tired, or the weight starts getting heavy, is they start trying to, so once we get our lats engaged, we take a nice deep breath and we bear down, they'll want to lead with their face and their chest, right? That causes an arch in the back, and it actually puts more tension on the middle part of the back, all right? So we want to hinge coming up, and we want to straighten the legs as the chest raises so that we don't overarch the back. All right, overarching the back with a heavy load is gonna cause more strain and stress on that mid part of the back. So just 3 things I want you guys to think about. First is lat engagement. The next is gonna be that core engagement, or bearing down into the rib cage in the stomach. And then the third is not leading with your chest on that deadlift, all right? Chest and hips and the legs straighten at the same time. We got 10 seconds here. We got 2 reps. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm gonna wait another set before I add weight. So if you're at home and you're at your max weight and you can still do more weight, but you don't have any weight to put on your bar, from this point moving forward, what I want you to do is I want you to add reps, okay? If you can't add weight, I want you to add reps. So this next set, I want you to do 3 reps instead of 2. And if that's not challenging, I want you to do 4 reps instead of 2. And I don't want you to go over 6 reps, okay? If it's still not challenging at 6 reps, we're gonna make a tempo change so that it's more difficult for you. And that just means you're going to deadlift the weight up and you're gonna control it down to the ground a little bit slower, all right? So there's a lot of ways to be able to still develop strength, work on your movement without having heavy weight laying around in your garage or at home. You got about 30 seconds here. This will be our 3rd set. And then after this one, everyone can start adding some weight or some reps to their rep scheme. Or set. We'll call it set. 15 seconds. Here we go. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Lat engaged. Bear down on the core. And then add weight. I know these seem like long rests here, but deadlift probably puts more strain and stress on your central nervous system lifting heavy than just about anything else you do or would do. So make sure we're resting, recovering, thinking about our technique. If there's something that you need to work on, now's a good time to practice it. If you're not feeling that lat engagement, maybe get down on that bar right now. Pull that barbell into the shin, like almost pretend like you're trying to bend that barbell. Try to feel those lats engage down the side here. And then once you feel that, you can take a nice deep breath in and bear down and work on bearing down on that core, okay? Seems like such a simple movement, but there's so much that can go wrong. So much that can go wrong. All right, we got 10 seconds here. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. And then after those 2 reps, or 3 reps, or 4 reps, depending on what you're adding today, if you're adding reps, or if you're adding weight. Again, if you're adding reps, you want to deadlift that weight up, and then instead of slowly controlling it down, you want to really slowly control it down and do like a 3 to 4 count going down if the weight is really, really light for you. And while you're going down, really focus on keeping those lats engaged, and keeping tension on that core. We got about a minute here. This will be number 5 coming up, I believe. Hit 3 here, 4. Yeah, this will be number 5. So we have 4 more lifts here, 4 more lifts. 30 seconds. Got about 15 seconds here, so before you lift, before you approach the bar and get set up, think about lat engagement, taking a nice deep breath in, bearing down on that core, the rib cage, the stomach area, and then as we lift, controlling that weight back down to the ground without letting that chest rise up, all right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. And then add weight or reps, depending on where you're at. We got 3 more. Got about a minute here. You guys are watching this on YouTube, and deadlift and just weightlifting in general is something that you always wanted to try, been nervous about doing it on your own. You can always contact myself at Octane Fitness, or you can contact Trevor at True Performance, and we will get you guys where you need to be. You got 20 seconds. Ooh, you gonna be on my camera, girl. No, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead and approach that bar. Start thinking about your lift, what that's gonna look and feel like. 3, 2, 1, and go. We got 2 more lifts. 2 more lifts. We got about a minute here before we hit number 7. And when I'm coaching deadlifts and lifting, we work on hook grips and clean grips, okay? Clean grips meaning the palms are facing you the whole entire time. One reason is that unless it's a 1 rep max day or a competition, then we're actually going to build better grip strength and better form and better strength through the movement, holding that clean grip than just splitting your grip all the time, okay? If you ever wanna clean or snatch Olympic lifts with heavy weight, you're never gonna do that with a split grip. So you gotta get used to using that clean grip and a hook grip. All right, 10 seconds here. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. I can put these 15s away because that's going to be plenty of weight for my last set. We got one more set. Check in with Bobby, see how he's doing over here. He's loading that barbell up.
Trying.
Feeling good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, we got about 45 seconds. So after this, we're gonna go into some hamstring curls. And I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to do these, okay? If you have rings at home, I'll show you how to do them on the rings. If you have a TRX at home, I'll show you how to do them on a TRX. If you have sliders or towels and you have a nice slick floor, I'll show you how to do them there. And then if you have none of that, then I'm gonna show you how you can get the same effect without using any of those pieces of equipment, all right? This is our last set here. Three, two, one, and go. Boom, now pass out.
You make it look so easy.
It doesn't feel easy. So I'm gonna slide this up out of the way. Trevor makes it look easy. Well, no he doesn't, because he lifts way heavier than I do. If no one knows what this is, then you're asking yourself, what the heck is that thing? You probably don't have one at home. But this is a TRX right here with the yellow and black strap. You might have rings at home. If you don't have either of those, then it's okay. We'll be able to, I'm gonna show you a couple ways to do these hamstring curls without equipment and still get the same effect. All right, so what we have is we have 10 hamstring curls, okay? So if you have rings at home, you're going to place your feet on the ring, so in the arch of the foot, right? We're gonna slide back, drive the hips up, and we're gonna pull 10 times, okay? If you have a TRX, and you might know how to do these already, you're gonna put your heels in the cup of the TRX, right? Bridge those hips up, and then bring those heels towards your butt. As you can guess, if you're at home and you're in a garage with a nice slick floor, or in your kitchen, hopefully you're not doing heavy deadlifts in your kitchen, but you might be doing deadlifts in your kitchen, you can place towels or furniture sliders or something like that on the ground, put your heels on it, the exact same thing we do over there. We'll bridge our hips up, and then we slide our feet towards our butt, okay? If you don't have any of that stuff, all right, you can do, I see Bobby has a Swiss medicine ball there. I was just gonna say, if you don't have any of that, you can use any kind of ball that has any kind of size to it, something like this, all right? Or a Swiss ball or anything like that. Put your heels up on, right? Bridge your hips, right? And then roll back, all right? Now, if you don't have any of that stuff, all right? I want you to bring your feet in towards your butt. You're gonna drive your hips up, And you're going to slowly walk out until you're straight without your butt hitting the ground, and then slowly walk it back. And you'll do that 10 times. That's gonna take you a little bit longer, but it's gonna still activate those hamstrings, okay? Next thing we have after that is we have dips. So I've set something up here where I can be elevated, I'll go all the way down, and then press out, right? If you don't have anything like that, you can do them on rings, you can do them on bench. You can get something that's lower, right? Put your hands on that bench, lower yourself down and press. You can also get the same effect by coming into this position here, placing this hand at the shoulder or armpit and pressing out like this. So a sideline tricep extension, all right? That's the best one if you don't have any weight or anything to do, or anything to be able to do your dips with. You're really isolating those triceps there, all right? So let's go ahead and get that first set of hamstring curls in. We're gonna do 10 reps, and then we're gonna go right into our dips, and then we're gonna rest about a minute to 90 seconds, 2 minutes at the most, depending on where you are and how worn out you might be from the deadlifts, okay? Now I'm gonna switch mine up here. I'm gonna do the first set with the rings, and then I'm gonna do another set with the TRX, and then I'm gonna do another set. Here we go. Drive those hips up, pull all the way back. All right, on that first set, I just want you to get used to pulling your heels back in towards your butt. And you're probably gonna feel that in the upper part of your calves and the lower portion of your hamstrings or behind your knees, all right? And I'm gonna show you in the next set how to feel it more in the meat or the head of the hamstring, okay? All right, 10 dips. And then we're gonna rest anywhere from 90 seconds, 2 minutes, and shake those arms out. Use this TRX this time. We have about 30, 40 seconds before we go again. Hey, I know that person. See you guys. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get set up for those hamstring curls again. All right, so this time I'm on the TRX. I'm gonna put my heels in the cups here, or the straps. All right, so this time, when you're pulling your heels back towards your butt, I want you to drive your hips up. All right, so you should feel that shift from behind the knee, the upper part of the calf, more into the hamstrings. So this is what it looks like. Come here, And then drive the hips up. And then rest. Make that transition to your dips or sideline tricep extension. Whew. And we'll rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And I'm going to use this ball on the last one. Just to give you guys something else to work with. We got about a minute here. This will be our last set here. And then we're gonna go to our upper body work, where we have Tate presses, reverse flies, and front raises. All right, so we're hitting triceps again. We're hitting that back, or the back of the shoulder, rear delts, and then front delts. All right, about 15 seconds. So go ahead and make your way down to the floor. Again, as we bring those heels back, drive your hips up so you can get more of the hamstring involved in the movement. Okay? And here we go. When you're done there, make your way to your last set of dips, whether it's on a dip bar, rings, a bench, sideline tricep extension, skull crushers, kickbacks. Any of those are good. So our Tate press, and I'll face this direction so you can see what it looks like. So we're going to be in almost like a push-up position here. And we're going to let the weights come in towards our chest, and we're going to press out. All right, so we're still working on those triceps here. All right, and we're going 3 seconds down, pause at the bottom, and then press out. And what that'll do, that'll keep you from lifting too heavy a weight. And you're probably new to the movement, so it'll get you to control the movement before we start adding a heavier weight to it. All right? So we're gonna do Tate presses. Then we'll come to our feet after 30 seconds of rest. And we're gonna turn our palms away from us. get into this bent over position here, like a bent over row, and we're going to do reverse flies. All right, and the tempo is controlled. All right, so I don't want to see this. All right, I want to have nice control here and control it down. All right, and then after that, we go into our lateral raise, lateral front raise. So we'll have our weight, we'll lift it up, shoulder level, and then slowly lower down. Lifting up, shoulder level, slowly lower down, okay? Keep that core engaged, all right? So, let's go ahead and get this first set of 3 in and see how it goes. And I'm gonna say see how it goes because I'm not sure Bobby's done these tape presses before, but I'm gonna let him get started, make sure the movement looks good before I start doing mine. So everyone go ahead and lay down, hands are out in front of you, and you're gonna let your elbows go out, drop the weight to your chest, and then press back out at the top, all right? And you can bring your feet flat on the ground, knees up, so you can pull your belly button in and keep your core engaged as you're going through that movement. All right, so I'll turn to the side here while Bobby's working there. So instead of being here and having this arch underneath our back, right? Put our feet here, pull your rib cage down so your core is engaged, and now we drop the weight down and then press out. 3 seconds down. All right, then you'll rest about 30 seconds. And your tape presses are gonna be heavier than your reverse flies and your front raises. Just wanna get through this first set, make sure everyone's good with the movement before we add heavy weight, all right? So, let's go ahead and get those reverse flies in. Turn the palms facing out, away from your body, thumbs are facing out to the side. Get into that bent over position where our back is nice and flat. We feel it in our hamstrings here. Pull that weight up and then slowly lower. And then we'll rest about 30 seconds. And then we'll go into those front raises. Palms are facing down, shoulders are pulled back. All right, because our palms are down, we want to make sure our shoulders are pulled back and down, so when we pull the weight up, our shoulders don't roll forward, okay? And if you're having a problem with your shoulders rolling forward, what you can do is, instead of having your palms down, you can flip your hands to neutral where your thumbs are facing up and drive up that way, and that'll help set the shoulders back a little bit better. So you'll want to try that out and see how it feels. And I'll show you both variations here, all right? So right here, shoulders are back and down. Squeeze your butt, keep your core engaged. Front raise, slowly lower. Now, if you feel that, and it's a lot for the front delt, you can turn your thumbs up, shoulders back and down, drive the thumbs up, and then slowly lower down. And you'll probably feel that in the front delt still, but you'll feel it more in your lats now, okay? Leave those 10s there for my reverse flies and my front raises. And I'm gonna go heavier on my tape press. We'll take another 45 seconds here. We got 2 more sets, 2 more sets. This one will run a little bit long on time just because of prepping the body and the explanation of those accessory movements. Once you get used to it, you'll be able to move through this faster. So if you like this video, next time, you don't need to listen to me talk so much. You can just get into what the workout is and understand how to do the movements, all right? Here we go, back to our tape presses. When you're done, rest about 30 seconds before we go to our reverse flies. Got about 15 seconds here. All right, here we go. Going in 3, 2, 1. Reverse flies, palms facing away, thumbs facing out. Pull the shoulder blades together, slowly lower. And I'm gonna show you a side view here. It shouldn't go straight out to the side. There should be a little backward movement here. Once you're done with those 10 reps, shake it out, rest about 30 seconds, and we'll go to our front raises. So since we've already got one set in, I'm going to give you another variation here. I've shown you the front raise and then down. What you can do is you can go thumbs up, going up, and then turn the weight and then slowly lower coming down. That way the shoulder's already set back and down where it should be, all right? And then you'll get some rotation at the top of that movement. Just some variations you can work with here and switch up the exercise, all right? So shoulders back and down, squeeze your butt, keep your core tight. Front raise, turn that plate, slowly lower. Front raise, turn that plate, slowly lower. And then rest. A lot of people I work with like going thumbs up because it feels better on that pulling the weight up, and then going down because the shoulder's already set back. A little bit less stress on the front delts, okay? Yeah, one more set here, one more set. Go up and weight on your tape press if you can. We got about 35 seconds here. This will be our last set. All right, so our last set, we're actually gonna face this direction so you guys can see the form from the back. All right, here we go. Weight comes down to the chest, nice and slow, press out. Shake those arms out, rest 30 seconds. Then we'll go into our reverse flies. About 10 seconds here. Then grab that weight. Get those feet under the hips. Shoulders back and down. Slight bend in the knees. Drive those hips back. Nice flat back here. Pull the weight up and slowly lower down. Rest about 30 seconds. After you're done, shake those arms out. And we're on our last 10 reps. After this, a good thing to do is to get on a rower, get on a bike, go for a walk, a jog for about 10 minutes. Let that blood and oxygen pump through the system, shaking your arms out every now and then so you don't just tighten up, okay? All right, let's get this last set in. Shoulders back and down, squeeze your butt, keep your core engaged. Front raise. Gonna be feeling that tomorrow. Shake those arms out. Awesome job, guys. So shake those arms out. And then we always want to, like when I do shoulders, I like this stretch right here. Some people feel it, some people don't. I definitely feel it. All right, in between my shoulder blades are always tight. And then we're gonna take that hand between the shoulder blades, pull back so we can stretch that tricep out. And then we'll extend that arm overhead, grab the tricep, and then pull to the side. So now we can stretch the lats out and along that rib cage, and we can drop the arm down for a little extra stretch. And we'll come up to the other side. Shoulders down and away from the face. Hand behind the shoulder, between the shoulder blades, pull back. Get the tricep. And extend that arm overhead, grab the tricep and pull to the side. Drop that outside hand, get a little extra stretch through the rib cage and low back. Come up, hands behind your back, push down, pull the hands off, and then lean forward here. Get a nice stretch through the shoulder, the front of the chest and the front delts. Back up and shake those arms out. Awesome. Another lift session, something different than what we've done in the past. Going away from the snatches, we did snatch work the last 3 weeks. We'll do this the next couple weeks, and then we'll reintroduce some snatch work again. All the snatch work is going to be skill work and light weight and barbell cycling, okay? You're not going to become an Olympic weightlifter with our work, but it can introduce you to the movement and what to do if you do enjoy doing it, all right? So thanks guys for tuning in. Bobby, awesome job as always.